Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Sermondo Talks. My name is Christina and my guest today is Eli Coen, founder of EliCommerce. Let's say hi and ask him a few questions. So, I'm here today with Eli Coen, who's based in Los Angeles and the founder of EliCommerce. Hi Eli, glad to have you on.
Thank you, Christina. Glad to be on.
In one sentence, what is EliCommerce?
EliCommerce is a full-service Amazon growth and brand protection agency.
And for how long have you been around?
About 5 years.
Ooh, that's a long time. And as you know, there are a lot of full service agencies out there. Why should I choose Eli Commerce over another agency?
I love. So really quickly, what we do in terms of phase one, listing optimization, is when we look at a listing, we see, okay, could we add 9 images? Can we add feature and benefit images? Can we add video content? Could we keyword optimize the title, the bullet points, the EBC, or the A plus content, the backend search terms? Are we filling out every single data field? Like in the lighting category alone, we've found that there's hundreds of data fields that need to be added, whether it be bulbs, lumens, wattage. So, just looking at the listing and trying to transform and beautify it as much as possible so a listing can become as converting as possible. So that's phase one of what we do. Phase two is one we're really proud of. It's our bread and butter. It's what we're most known for. It's called organic product ranking. It's actually taking a product and getting it on that first page of Amazon search results. So, this consists of two counterparts. The first counterpart is we're going to use internal tools that track competitive data. So we're going to find about on average how many units your competitors are selling per day over about an 8 to 10 day period. And once we gather that data, we're able to outdo their sales, right? So, let's say your competitors are selling 30 units per day for a given search term. We're going to be selling 35 or more units per day for that given search term. So the Amazon search algorithm will validate our sales velocity and in turn will reward us by ranking us on that first page. And the way we do that is we have a pool of over 400,000 Amazon Prime members in which we've gathered over the last 5 years. And we're able to leverage that audience to create that initial sales velocity. And we rinse and repeat this strategy for as many keywords as possible. So you're not only ranking for one keyword, you're ranking for every single search term that any single consumer on Amazon would type in to find your product. So, that's that first counterpart. And we've seen a lot of success, launching thousands of products on Amazon. The second counterpart is also one we're really proud of. It's the second counterpart of phase two, which is our enterprise level partners with Slick Deals, Brad's Deals, and Deal News. So, they collectively get over 22 million monthly active visitors. So, just to paint a picture here, for Slick Deals, our partnership with Slick Deals is, for example, is we have access to their front page. And, Slick Deals gets, millions of visits per day. And, when we run a deal through Slick Deals, for example, we have a client that sells energy drinks. And we were able to host them on that front page of Slick Deals where they sent the traffic back over to our Amazon listing. And within a 24-hour period, we were able to sell over 3,000 cases just from Slick Deals traffic back over to Amazon. And that in turn creates that snowball effect where Amazon sees, okay, this is a product that has a churn of sales. It has a consistent sales velocity. And, you make Jeff Bezos money, Jeff Bezos makes you money, and in turn, he'll reward you by putting you on that first page. So that's phase two of what we do, just getting a massive amount of traffic back over to the Amazon listing and segueing back into phase one. It's making sure that we have a listing that's optimized to convert that massive traffic. So that's phase one and phase two. Phase three of what we do is what we call Amazon PPC management. I'd say most ad agencies, when it comes to advertising on Amazon, is while that marketing agency is very focused on SEM, like Google ads, Facebook ads, and whatnot, Amazon is a totally different ballgame. It's a product search engine, and it's so different than Google or Facebook ads. And that's what these ad agencies don't understand. I can't tell you how many clients we've onboarded that were working with another marketing, quote unquote, or ad agency that was managing their Amazon advertising account and was literally burning cash, literally like 100% ACoS. And we onboarded them. We literally slashed their ACoS down to anywhere from 10 to 25%. That's a sweet spot. But yeah, whether it's setting up an automatic campaign, the way we create manual campaigns is so robust. So, just starting off at the top. So that's a branded campaign, a branded manual campaign, and then we're going to have a product targeting campaign where we're going to target against ASINs, and then we're going to have another product targeting campaign, and we're going to target against brand search terms or and then a keyword, and then the keyword campaign, obviously, and the manual campaign. But literally, what I mean to say is our advertising, the way we set up products for advertising on Amazon is so robust. And I mean, even taking it from, even other Amazon consultancies, the way we set it up is very elementary, if I must say. And really, we just try to get very detailed in terms of that automatic campaign. I mean, the advertising campaigns on Amazon. So that's phase 3 of what we do, just maintaining profitability within advertising on Amazon's PPC module. Phase 4 is one we're really proud of as well. It's called Amazon Brand Protection. So I mean, it's completely protecting your brand on Amazon. So, we have a client, and a beauty client, and their biggest pain point when they approached us was they had hundreds of these unauthorized sellers basically buying their product from Ulta and reselling it on Amazon, well below map or well above map, just to make a slim margin. And, within 3 days, we were able to remove over 228 of these unauthorized sellers, just leveraging our partnership with e-commerce lawyers and working internally within the brand registry team. So, I mean, just a phenomenal amount of protection. I mean, especially in 2019, 2020, when there's literally an influx of hijackers and,
Yeah, it's the
unauthorized
biggest threat
sellers.
right now. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, you should be, that brand should be the only person in the buy box. Obviously, unless they have authorized distribution set up to sell on Amazon. But I mean, why would you give up that buy box? Even for a minute. We have 24/7 monitoring, meaning we can track every single change on that listing in real time. So whether it's at 12 a.m. or 5 a.m. and some guy just hops on your listing and changes your title, we'll know within seconds and take action within seconds. And whether it's some guy that just hops on that listing, we'll take action right away. And usually we see that the brand registry team usually complies within about 24 hours or less to remove that unauthorized seller.
Awesome.
So that's phase 4. Phase 5, just to sum up, is called account growth management. So when I started this agency, I'm like, there's so many account managers out there. It sounds so boring. They basically sign into your Amazon account, they make sure everything's kosher, and then they sign back out. Our approach is entirely different, given that we're razor focused on growth. And if we're not doing that, then we don't deserve to be your Amazon partner. So I mean, whether it's setting up email drip campaigns, generating reviews, account health monitoring, generating feedback, adjusting PPC day in and day out, setting up auto email templates, to get those reviews, responding to customer reviews. I mean, we calculated that there's probably over 1,000 monthly activities that need to be done to really grow an Amazon account. I mean, that's what we're really here for, to strive for month over month over month growth. Like I said, our approach is entirely different, given that we're razor focused on growth. So I mean, that's really what we do in a nutshell.
And do you help clients from all over the world or only US?
All over the world. I mean, I have a lot of clients in China and Korea, and the bulk is obviously the US.
Could you name 3 things that your clients say about you?
The best thing I've ever heard about our agency is I had a guy who wanted to work with us, and he said, "Let me speak to one of your references." And I said, "Sure, no problem. Call this guy up." He called this guy up, it's one of my clients in San Francisco, and he said, "Okay, how's EliCommerce doing?" He said, "They're doing phenomenal. They're ahead of schedule," meaning we're working way too fast. How often do you hear that?
Never.
They're ahead of schedule.
And what happens if I hire you and I'm not happy with your work? How would you handle that situation?
I say, we're sorry. We totally understand, and we wish you best of luck. And I'm always here for them at 12 a.m., at 5 a.m. I'm always here. I'm available by text. Even if they're not a client of mine and I want to help them, scale on Amazon, I'm there for them. But that's just going to be a friendship that we walk away as friends at the end of the day.
All right. How do you stay up to date with all the changes happening every day, every second in the Amazon industry?
I mean, if you're not staying up to date, then you're falling behind. So I mean, I've probably watched every single YouTube video in regards to selling on Amazon. Obviously, the ones from Seller University, I mean, those are elementary, but still good to know the foundation. But every advanced growth hack there is in Amazon, every simple detail there is to selling on Amazon, every single component I try to learn, online.
All right. Then I'm already at the personal questions. Why did you decide to start this agency 5 years ago?
Gotcha. So I was selling on Amazon as just like I was like the lead e-commerce guy for the brand. And I just love the Amazon marketplace so much. I love like when I read this data point that every other purchase is made online, is made on Amazon. That's when I knew that it's such a vast opportunity. And unfortunately, brands, they're focusing more on retail, which is cool. I understand that. But when you read this data point that every other online purchase is made on Amazon.com, and brands are not focusing on this huge, robust amount of customers on the Amazon marketplace, you're falling behind. So I wanted to, fill that void, fill that gap between the brand and Amazon and help them, maximize their true potential in actually selling on the world's largest marketplace.
You seem pretty enthusiastic and happy with your job, but are there also things that you don't like?
I love every day. Honestly, every day is a journey.
So there's not a single
Every day
thing
is a new thing.
you don't like, maybe working more than in a usual 9-to-5 job or something?
Wait, say that question one more time. I just want to make sure I hear it clearly.
Is there nothing that you don't like about your job? I can imagine that you work a lot. I mean, this is just what self-employment just brings with it. So do you enjoy working more than in a 9-to-5 job, or is this something that bothers you?
No, I love it. I mean, probably starting this agency has been one of the best decisions of my life. I mean, just creating so much opportunity, from a business standpoint, the way the employees, they love coming to work. They love their mindset is just about creativity, working together, truly helping brands. And when you do that, when I run out of bed just to run to the office. I literally love being here every day.
Awesome.
You're not going to hear that from too many people, but I mean, it's you don't know the internal feeling this agency has brought me.
And how do you manage to keep your friends and family happy, spending time with them? Do you follow a certain schedule that you maybe take Sundays off, or how do you do that?
So we take Saturdays off, right? I'm Jewish, Sabbath. So, yeah. I mean, that's the one day I don't touch my phone unless it's Saturday night and a client needs me to get his listings back up on Amazon or something like that.
Then you do it. All right. If you could have one superpower, which one would it be?
That's a really tough one. I don't know. To always be healthy, probably.
That's a good one.
Is that a superpower?
Let's just say it's a superpower. And
right. I mean, it's the only thing money can't buy,
Yeah, right. And if you had the skills or the superpower to travel back in time for, let's say, 5 years, what advice would you give your younger self?
5 years back? I don't know. Probably invest in good companies doing on the stock market.
That's a good one. I didn't hear that one before. That's actually pretty smart. Maybe invest in Bitcoin. But
put your money in Microsoft.
Yeah. If you could give $10,000 to charity, which one would it be?
Charity? It's a tough one. I don't know. I'm a big fan of diversifying, not only charity but stocks as well. But charity, maybe Tomchei Shabbat. Tomchei Shabbat. It's an organization in our community. It's for people who don't have food.
I think I saw that on LinkedIn. Yeah,
possibly.
All right.
Yeah. Shout out to Schneider Bronstein.
Where's your favorite place in the whole world?
Israel. Jerusalem.
Oh yeah, I've just been there. I love it. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, it's phenomenal out there.
Are you going there often?
I try to go there once a year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What do you like to spend your money on?
Apart from charity? Team, creating a bigger, nicer, smarter team, more advanced team.
And what's the most expensive thing that you ever bought?
Probably my car.
Okay, awesome. That's a good investment.
I don't know about that.
Was there a time where you wanted to quit and just go back to your normal job?
I would say I wanted to quit, but never back to a normal job. I'm the biggest hater of 9-to-5 jobs, but I was about to quit when I started the agency. I mean, we just weren't growing as well as I wanted. And, everything in life, it takes persistence, it takes responsibility, it takes a true mindset of I will grow, I will be there, and to truly believe that you'll get there. And when I was about to throw in the towel, I brought myself back to this mindset of we're going to get there, whether I like it or not. And that's what happened, you know.
Yeah.
5 years later, we've done $300 million on Amazon sales for our clients. And, you know, most of our clients are happy, right? Can't please everybody,
Yeah.
but yeah, we're happy, they're happy, and that's what counts.
Awesome. If you could hire any famous person in the world to work with you or for you, or you could choose that person as your mentor, who would that be and why? I know it's a tough one.
Wow, that's a very tough one. There's too many smart people out there.
Hard just to choose one.
Probably Jeff Bezos.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I had
Yeah,
it before,
I mean,
but it's,
richest man in the world. You know, why not?
yeah, and I mean it's especially handy in our industry to have him by your side.
Exactly.
Do you listen to any podcasts or do you read any blogs that you could recommend to Amazon sellers?
Blogs. I mean, eMarketer, eSeller Cafe. What other blogs? I don't know. I mean, I have like 180 tabs open on my phone on Chrome. So I like read something and I don't even, you know, just if anything to do with Amazon, I'm just reading it. But I mean, specifically, like I'm a big fan of like Neil Patel,
Oh yeah,
Eric Sue, just from the SEO standpoint. I mean, you know, you apply that knowledge to everything else, and I mean, it works.
yeah.
But yeah, those guys are good. I mean, one of my favorite ones is Brian Dean, founder of Backlinko. I mean, he's a true genius. His content is so original, so clean.
Awesome.
But yeah, those guys for sure.
Then I'm already at my last question. Can you name 3 tips that you would give to any Amazon seller out there?
3 tips. Okay. Tip number 1, make sure you're driving external traffic. You know, listing optimization is, you know, one thing. The second thing you got to do is drive external traffic, whether it be press releases, you know, working with, you know, Bloomberg or whatever it is, just to send like them talking about your product, or Business Insider, you know, world's coolest new product, whatever, cool, best hot sauce that just came out. Will change your diet, something like that. Just get some press or get some external traffic. You know, apart from working with EliCommerce, obviously, is, you know, making sure you're driving, you know, Facebook ads towards your Amazon listing, making sure you're working with, you know, these flash sale platforms that could send you a ton of targeted traffic. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, I would say, is most people set Amazon PPC as like a set it and forget it. I mean, the cool thing about what we do is like almost every other hour, we're looking at our clients, you know, PPC account, seeing what can we optimize, where are we spending more money, where could we saving money, where could we, you know, double down and invest more money on this keyword. So I mean, make sure that, and also, you know, I'll say tip 1, I feel like tip 2.5 is the way you structure your campaigns. You know, most people, they just like throw in a bunch of keywords, they call it a manual campaign, set up an auto campaign, and those are the 2 campaigns. No, I mean, you really got to diversify. You got to create a nice, you know, structure to your campaign type. I mean, whether it be a product targeting campaign, a sponsor brands campaign, or just a keyword campaign, or a low bid keyword campaign, or targeting, you know, competitive brand search terms. I mean, there's a lot of videos out there, but the way you want to really, or the important, the most vital component to PPC is the way you structure it. So that's tip 2. Tip 3, I mean, Christine, you got to help me out here.
Can also 3, be something general about entrepreneurial life. Doesn't have to be about Amazon in particular.
Tip number 3, I'll tell you from a business standpoint, is, you know, I have a very high conversion rate. When I get on a phone with a potential client, I usually have a very high conversion rate and I'm very confident. And I think that confidence comes back down to the service I provide, because I believe in that service, because I've seen it firsthand. I've taken brands from $0 to $300,000 a month, bringing them an additional, you know, few $1 million in revenue per year, which is phenomenal for them. So I've seen what we do works, and it's much easier to sell on the phone when you know works. So tip of advice is make sure you know what you're doing, in the sense that, you know, your clients are going to see results, and when you double down and you lock that down, the service part, the sales is going to be a lot easier, because that internal feeling of confidence that you're selling to that client is going to feel a lot more organic, a lot more natural. And that's, you know, the 3rd point tip I would give. It's a lot easier sale when you truly believe in what you do.
Awesome. So you should really be passionate about the business and not treat it
Absolutely.
as some side hustle or whatever. All right.
Exactly. Exactly.
Perfect. Then thank you so much for taking the time. It was a pleasure talking with you. And thank you for giving all those tips and answering my questions. It was awesome to have you on.
Of course. Take it, Christine. All the best.
Bye.
Take care.
All right, guys, that's it. That was my interview with Eli. I hope you could learn some things that you can apply to your own business. If you're interested in EliCommerce, I put the link in the description. You can also find any other service provider you may need in order to grow your Amazon business on sermondo.com. Check it out, and I see you guys soon.